Hello everyone, welcome back. This is DreadTech Reviews and I am Richard. We have a new phone, and sorry I've been absent for a while. The Mi Mix 3 screen broke. I dropped it and hit the floor and I watched the screen go out, and it's got a nice little crack going like right up there, you know. But I have a replacement screen, which is like the whole front bracket and all that kind of stuff. It's at the post office. I just have to get there before they close to be able to pick it up. Haven't been able to do that yet, so as soon as I get that, I will post a video and we'll see if we can't do my first ever actual repair. That'd be kind of cool. But let's get into the phone. See what this is what you're here for. This is the Oukitel C17 Pro. Bought it for a little over $100 on Aliexpress. I'll link it to. I'll link you to a seller on there. The one that I bought it from, I can't seem to find again. If you go to the sell page where I bought this from and try to go to the phone, it doesn't exist anymore. I don't know if that's just like a normal thing or however that works, but I'll link you one down there so you can kind of see a good deal where to buy one. Maybe from the actual manufacturer if they have an AliExpress website. I've been playing with the phone for a full day. I charged it this morning and woke up at about 4:30, and I left for work, where for the first 5 hours of my shift I was listening to music or so, or maybe some podcasts here and there too, and the screen was off, but it was connected to Bluetooth and streaming from YouTube, so that was using the battery, but we're at like 1% now. It has 4 hours and 40 minutes of screen on time about that as well, and right now it's 6:19, so it has had over 12 hours of usage, so you know I can't really complain too much about that, especially if I only bought this for $100. But let's get into the unboxing here real quick. Might be able to play with the phone for a sec with its 1%edness, but we'll see. The stuff it came in. This is a charger. I don't have plugs like this in the United States, and I don't have an adapter. They didn't send me one. But I have other USB-C chargers, so that's no big deal. It's another free cable for me. This phone doesn't have a audio jack, audio cable, so they give us the adapter. And here is the little booklet. So let's just put all that to the side. SIM ejector tool. I tend to put like all these on my keyring because they tend to get lost even if they're in the box. All right, all that's to the side. Take a look at the phone real quick before we put the screen on waste battery. I did get the red edition. Let's make it look real nice. Oh, somebody I think texted me. You got the red edition. It's real shiny. It is a plastic back, so it's not going to shatter and crack like your glass backs will, but at the same time, if you run it along like a surface that's any rougher than plastic, it's going to scratch it. This does have a 13 megapixel triple camera here, 13 megapixel on the top, 5 megapixel ultra wide they say, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor with the flash below. It's got a fingerprint reader on the back, and it does say it's got the Face ID thing, and I've set all that up, so we'll do a real quick test here, see if the screen's on. Oops, I missed the thing. Alright, let me get lined up here. Alright. So I'm going to touch it and see if the screen can come on right when I touch it. A little tiny delay, but it's with no slower than that. Let me see how fast it goes when I look at it. Yeah, a little bit slower than the fingerprint reader. But if we're going for security, I'd trust this more than I trust with the Face ID. Alright, so let's real quick go through the phone before it dies. I've taken some pictures here. We'll go to the photos. I took some pictures in the store because there's always a variety of colors, and that's always real nice to get a variety of colors when you're trying to take pictures because you'll see how it picks up detail. This is just pictures from yarn I walked by. It's got a lot of detail that it can pick up, but as you can see, it doesn't really pick up any of like the individual strings. Like you can tell, there you can see a little string popping up there. That's kind of cool. That picked up that detail. Picks up all the little writing on that. Okay. Shot on the C17 Pro Oukitel camera. Alright, we'll go to the next camera. There's a blues and purples. We'll zoom in, see how well it took those. Oh, let's get in view. so, you know, it does wash out. It doesn't pick up a lot of the detail of the individual strands. You know, the Mi Mix 3 only uses a 12 megapixel camera. I would say that you know, if I took the same pictures, I could probably see more of the individual strings and the lines there. And then last one, let's see how it picks up the yellows and oranges and stuff. You know, you can see here and there that there's lines here and there that you can pick up, a little bit of detail, but you know, you have to keep in mind this is a $100 phone. We're not trying to compare it to the newest iPhone and stuff. Alright, took a picture of some pumpkins. You can see all the orange. When this phone does take pictures, you know, it doesn't take in a lot of really good zooming in pictures, just because, you know, and I took this in a store and I'd consider that well lit artificial light. So it took up, you know, you can read back there like that's time, and these are just some pumpkins, but you know, as a you know, just a picture, if you're going to post it on some social media or whatever, you know, it's adequate, it's fine. There's some baby toys, there's some makeup stuffs, and then here's a pen that I took some pictures of. This is where we can zoom in and actually see some good detail. You can see, you know, the Energel and all the Pentel, and you can see all the lines in the grip, and it actually picked up that fairly well. Where I'm actually most impressed with the phone is when you go to the mono mode and we zoom in, you can see a lot more detail spread amongst the phone. Maybe I'll post these to my Instagram. I'll link that in the description below so you guys can actually see it without all the glare and the motion and all that kind of crap too. But yeah, so when you look at these pictures, keep in mind this is a $100 phone. It's 13 megapixel camera, but that's only half of it. Software is the other half, and the software on this phone is lacking. There's not a real lot of creativity to it, I could say. This is a picture of a plant I took. It did take some pretty good detail, and you know, there's some various ones. This is, I think, the 4x zoom that I took, and then when we zoom in on this with the 4x zoom, you can see it does get pretty grainy, and the light washes out a lot of the stuff up here. But when I do take pictures with this phone, before you zoom in and notice that it does get grainy and the details disappear, the colors are pretty true. Like, that's definitely green. That's a pretty vivid green on the phone. Yeah, and that was pretty much it for the pictures I took of the phone. It wasn't a whole lot, but I've been busy and all that kind of stuff today. So this is it's got a 6.35 inch screen. You can actually read off the thing here. It's got the triple camera, like I said, 13.5 and 2 megapixel fingerprint, 19:9 aspect ratio. It's, you know, it's really comfortable to hold in the hand. It's got Android 9 on whatever skin. Oh, see. Alright, so there's this line here. This is crazy. See if I can get it in view. There you go. You can kind of see it. I don't know how it keeps showing up here. I've noticed it a few times today, but it's like this. It's just a line that just appears right here. I don't know. I'm not in really good light to be able to show you. See if I can get there. You can kind of see it, but it's just like a mark that I can wipe away. I'll even wipe it in my pants, you know, sideways, so it's going the opposite direction of that, and it'll go away. But let's see if maybe during the course of this video it'll come back. Alright, and it's got a 3900 milliamp battery. It's pretty decent, you know, for $100. I'm not going to complain. It lasted me the whole day. I gamed on it on 3 different games: Asphalt 9, PUBG, and this Alto game that I really like. I'll feature that in a future video. Nobody's sponsoring me or anything yet, so everything I show is just the fun stuff that I use on the phone. I'm going to be using the phone as like your average user would. But yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah, and then the charging block, I plugged it in at night and it charged, and it was 100% in the morning. So I don't know how fast it charges. Maybe I can do a little charging video to see how fast it charges in the future. And then it's got its Face ID. It's, you know, I don't know how fast your Face ID on your phone is, or your Face Unlock is, but it's about half a second. You know, I'd say it's a little bit slower than the fingerprint reader. And then real quick, we'll go into the little settings of the phone here. We've got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth location, flashlight, auto rotate, battery saver, mobile data, airplane mode, and hotspot. We have cast, which is cool. You can cast your phone to a smart TV. We have Adobe Captivate, so you can record your screen, which is really cool. And then grayscale. I mean, if you like black and white screen, it might save your eyes. You know, it's not so harsh with the blues. And then it's got do not disturb, eye protection, and screenshot. Oh, I took a screenshot. You can also swipe 3 fingers down for screenshot, which is pretty cool. And then that was it for all the settings up there. There was nothing else. We can go into here. We've got battery, display. Oh yeah, battery. Oh, I'm not at the top. Sorry. We have network, connected devices, apps and notification, battery, display. There's not really a lot of options in here. Brightness level 100%. Adaptive brightness. If I cover the sensor, I think it'll go down. Nah, probably not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Wallpaper. All the wallpapers pre-installed on the screen accentuate the punch hole. As you can see, this one I chose a little piano guy. There we go. He's just playing a piano, and that's like the moon. Yeah, so I've played some games. It's okay, you know. It's $100. I paid $120 for the phone or so, and when I play the PUBG and the Alto and sorry, wrong order, and Asphalt, I've been sick for the past couple days, so my brain's all super fuzzy. Sorry, guys. When I play those 3 games, only when things get fast and there's a lot of information going on the phone does the phone start to lag a little bit and start to lose frame rate and quality. But other than that, it games fairly well. It's got the MediaTek Helio P23, the octa-core 2 GHz processor, so it's not a terribly slow phone, but this is not a high-end gaming phone, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, I'll put all the links in the description below. If you guys have any questions, please definitely put them in the comments. Like and subscribe, and hit the little bell icon so you can see future videos. And thank you very much. Have an awesome day.